everyone. Welcome to my show, The Cooler, with me, Rebecca Berman, and I have my trusty colossal cooler with me today, where I pull out funny, entertaining things as I'm talking to my guests, maybe some games, maybe just something comical. I guess we'll all wait and see. And today I have a great show. I am so excited. I have a awesome sponsor for today's show, and it is a Mexican restaurant. They are in Levittown, and it is called Escorza Mexican Restaurant. It is truly, when you know what your passion is, you can create amazing, delicious food, which is what the owner, Rene Escorza, has done here at his Mexican restaurant. And some of his specialties are, which is like absolutely mouth-watering to me, cilantro strewn calamari, mussels, and clams, which I wish I was having right now for lunch. Also, he has tortilla soup that is supposed to be excellent. And who doesn't love made-to-order guacamole? I don't think we have any pictures up of his guacamole, but I'm assuming everyone knows how delicious it is. And he also has a chorizo taco that he's known for. So if you ever want to go check out his restaurant in Levittown, Escorza, Rene Escorza, and he is there in the restaurant, and he's so lovely and so nice. So please stop by and have a margarita and say hello to him. And he also has an excellent chicken mole poblano. Do you like how I know how to say that? I really have a little Mexican in my blood. And his dessert that he's known for is the tres leche cake. They also have churros, which are yummy and delicious as well. But in any case, he's based in Levittown. And the funny part about Escorza is that my guest today is also not Mexican, but she's representing a Mexican singer, Selena, who passed away about 21 years ago. So my guest today is Janessa Escobar. She is Colombian, but she's American. Hi, Janessa. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So I also wanted to say today we have, I feel like I'm hitting all of these different Latin countries on my show today. But
it's a tour.
It is. It's a little bit of a tour, and I'm a little upset that I don't have any yummy chicken mole or tortilla soup to pull out for us.
You should have told me, because I make empanadas like you would die for them.
Oh, really?
And I should have known. I would have brought them for you.
Right. Oh, that would have been really good.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. My husband loves them.
Oh, okay. So you are going to be playing in Westbury this weekend, and you are the lead singer of the Selena Experience.
Yes.
And tell us, I think the audience kind of knows who Selena is, that she was murdered at a very young age. She was really just hitting her stride in the pop world.
Yeah.
When I think the way I hear it is her manager killed her.
Yeah. And the manager of her fan club.
Right.
Yeah.
And J-Lo was in a movie with her.
Yep, J-Lo was
not with her. She was her
depicting
in the movie.
her. Yes. Yeah, depicting her in the movie. And that movie really brought her to international stardom.
Right.
You know, it crossed all barriers, all borders.
Right.
The show is a tribute to Selena, her life, her legacy, her music, her fashion.
Right.
So this Saturday, April 16th, we are at NYCB Westbury Theater. The show starts at 8 p.m. And we are recreating her last show, her last live concert a month before she was murdered.
Okay.
So with the purple jumpsuit and everything.
Oh, that is great.
And even the set list, we're doing it all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really emotional.
So let me ask you, the fact that you're recreating her last show, who did you go to find out that exact information so that you guys could be as specific as possible?
Well, myself.
Okay. Let me hear.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan in the truest sense of the word.
Right.
I always have been. So Selena fans who are watching this, they'll know. We all know her songs. We all know her concerts. So the infamous concert that was depicted in the biopic Selena with J-Lo, that was her last concert.
Oh,
so
okay.
And the DVD is sold everywhere. So you can just get the DVD and you can just see the set list on the DVD.
And you grew up like just loving her.
Loving her. Yeah, still loving her, missing her.
And so, were you a singer as a child, or what? And
yeah.
that was what you wanted to do when you got older.
Oh yeah. I mean, I started singing when I was 2 or 3.
Right.
And it was just something I always wanted to do.
Right.
And I started out in the church, and then school choirs and pageants and whatnot. And then it got serious, and I started recording and joining bands and making money and making a career out of it.
And what was your first band that you were in? And was it a Spanish band, or was it American?
First
English
band. I was in a pop group.
Right.
That toured. We were called Third Phase. It was really cute. We wore matching outfits and we had the dance moves.
Right.
And it was a tour that was sponsored by Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Dan Marino.
Okay.
I was 17, 18 at the time. That lasted for about a year.
Right.
Then I joined the top 40 band.
Where did you guys go to?
Stadiums all over the country. And it was a nonprofit organization called the Go For It Roadshow.
Okay.
And it was targeting elementary school students and teaching them about staying in school and staying off drugs.
Okay.
So we were the featured
right.
entertainment act on the show.
Right, because I always feel like people who might be viewing the show today want to know, like, how does somebody who's young, how do you get to that place where you're a performer? People have kids that are interested, or maybe if they're crazy like me, they could be my age and be interested in starting a singing career.
I consider myself a little crazy about this business too. I mean, it's a labor of love. I've always been in it, and I've been bouncing around from band to band.
Right.
And, when you're a working musician, you just kind of a gig is like, a gig is a gig. So you just take the gig. So you find yourself working in 4 different bands at any given week. So, and a lot of them are probably watching. Hi.
So then how did you come to doing this Selena tribute?
Okay, so I am also in an 80s rock tribute band.
Okay.
And the name of the band is Decadia, and it's a great band. The bass player in the band approached me a year ago, and he texted me and said, "Hey, one day you and I should start a Selena tribute band, LOL." And
you were like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, that's a really good idea, but are you joking or are you for real?" And he's like, "Well, I'm for real if you're for real. Do you know her songs?" I'm like, "Do I know her songs?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Why didn't I think of that? That's an amazing idea."
Right.
So it just manifested from there. We started in the basement, rehearsing, just feeling out the waters, treading lightly, and then we were like, well, this is a really good band. We're onto something here, and so here we are.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that came to be.
Yeah.
And so I think we might have one of your videos of you doing one of the Selena Experience.
Oh, Lord.
I know, you don't have to.
I hope it's a good one.
You don't have to watch, but maybe John can cue it up for us. Let's see.
Cue it, John.
There we go. Okay. And that's you.
That's me.
That's great.
And that's Lenny on the bass.
Okay.
Stage right. He's the one who brought this idea to me.
Right.
And then both of us partnered up. And just kind of took it from there.
And this is her outfit that she would have worn.
She was known for bustiers, sparkly bustiers, the high-waisted leotards, boots.
Right.
And then her fashion started deviating into like the onesies, the one pantsuits that she would wear, and so try to touch base on all of those. It's hard. It's expensive.
Yeah,
I was made.
Well, it's funny because I was looking at this going, you guys are all like great performers, and you have to be out there on stage with all of your equipment and the outfits. And I mean, how do you make money doing this? You get paid from the ticket sales, or
yeah, I mean, we get paid from the owners of the venue, or the promoters, or ticket sales are a big, big win. The more tickets we sell, the more money we make.
Right.
But those negotiations are always worked out ahead of time with whoever books us.
Right.
So we do have a fee, But like I said, it's a labor of love. So there is a lot of money that goes into it.
Right.
But then, we do reap the rewards in the end, so.
Right. That's great.
But
so I feel like you have some interesting press stories to tell me about with the Selena Experience.
Okay, so I mean, for the fans that are watching, I am Colombian American, second generation. My father was born and raised in Colombia, but so Spanish for me is my secondary language.
Right.
So
Does that make it hard to sing?
No, singing is so easy. I've been singing in Spanish since I was a child.
Right.
And it's so easy. Engaging in conversation, especially impromptu, is easy, but when you're on camera with an audience of millions, you want to sound you want to sound coherent, you want to sound articulate.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of funny. So I had to call my dad. I'm like, Dad, I have an interview with Telemundo. Help me.
Right.
He's like, calm down. You know these words. So
that's so crazy. Yeah. So you haven't had the interview yet, or you had it already?
I did an interview, a national interview with Un Nuevo Dia, and they do.
So they spoke to you the whole time in Spanish.
Yeah. But it was pre-taped, and so we we had some time to go over it and everything.
Okay.
But they're kind. They understand that I am one of millions of second-generation Hispanics. Like we are born and raised in America.
Right.
Very proud of our heritage, but we're very acclimated. We're very American. We go to American schools. We have American friends. So But never losing touch with your roots.
Right.
But it is what it is. But I like this project because it's forcing me to get a handle on my Spanish again.
Right. That's great.
And I'm getting fluent again. I'm so proud of myself.
That's really good. That is very impressive. I was thinking when I knew you were coming on as a guest, I was like, I took Spanish senior year of high school, beginner Spanish. So I don't know how to roll my R's. I don't know. Like I barely know beyond hola. I cannot do that.
Good enough.
Don't you need your tongue has to go behind in front of your teeth or something?
Behind the top teeth.
I think you're either born knowing how to do that, or you have to have a special tooth to tongue ratio.
Tooth fairy.
That's really funny.
It's not easy, but it's fun. I'm really appreciative of this project for those reasons. So
that's great. And then so after you do, all right. So it's her birthday coming up. Is that?
It's her birthday. Saturday. This Saturday, the 16th.
Okay.
Selena's. So she would have been 45 if she was still alive.
Right.
Which is so sad because that's still so young and.
Yeah, and she was so young when she was killed. That's so upsetting.
23.
Right.
Yeah, that's young.
And how did her career, break open? What other bands came out of that, or musicians or artists came out of that time when she first started, or when she became popular?
I think when she was murdered is when her fame really took to the next level.
Right.
So I want to say the artist
like the Doors.
Yeah.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah. I want to say that her. It's sad to say this, but her death really opened up the doorway for a lot of artists. Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, Mark Anthony, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez was the first one, really. So what was considered the Latin explosion in the late 90s. Right. Selena's death, sadly enough, kind of catapulted that.
Right. It's so great. It's so great for all the other artists, and it's also so tragic.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how some kind of tragedy like that also brings amazing things
for other people.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it is sad, but I guess the silver lining is, that's the way her legacy lives on.
Right.
I mean, you could look at it and say, it's so sad that, her death brought about this career and this career.
Right.
But, her death is breathing life into other people's careers.
Right.
So they have to, pay homage to her.
Yep, absolutely.
For the start of their career. So it's kind of in a way, she's kind of still living on.
Right.
She's still living on through other people's careers.
Right.
And I think that's to be celebrated.
No, it is, and it's so great that you get to be one of the people celebrating.
I know. I'm just happy to be here. That's it.
Right. And do you guys travel around
we do.
to perform?
We do. We travel out of state. Really, whoever wants to book us will go. You know, we're getting some inquiries for overseas work.
Wow.
So that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do they know who Selena is over there?
Right,
that's pretty cool.
Right.
But, yeah.
So do you have, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have any, either a Selena song or an 80s song? I don't care, whichever one that you you could sing us a line or two from.
Well, I've been singing on the spot a lot of her Hispanic songs. So I figured let me do an American song, one of her American ballads. The song "Dreaming of You"?
I think so.
If you'll recognize it if you hear it.
Okay.
Okay. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. Gotta snap. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be than here in the cooler, dreaming about you and me.
Woo! Janessa Escobar, the Selena Experience. That was amazing. And you're right, I do know the song.
You know the song,
yes,
right?
Yes, I do.
It was popular in the late 90s. It was released after she, was murdered, but
right.
it was #1 for like 45 weeks.
I do know of it. That is great. Oh, your voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's so neat.
I get to warm up today, but
Yeah,
that was
still
raw.
you can have a little water.
Okay.
But it sounded so great. It's really such a gift to be able to sing and
Thank you.
and also for you to embody this woman's career and her
Thank you.
her legacy.
Thank you. Yes, I agree.
And I also wanted to ask you if anyone wants to just. Do you only sing with your 80s band and or the Selena Experience, or do you do anything out on your own?
Well, as far as like originals,
Yeah.
I do have original recordings that I've been working on since I could, since I was
you were-
since I was 15 or 16. I'm always writing, I'm always recording, and we're actually the piano player in my Selena band. His name is Michael.
Right.
He and I are working on some original material because we're finding that whenever we perform with the Selena band,
Right.
people are wanting to take something home with them.
Okay.
And they want to hear some originals. So I'm like, all right, we've got to get on this now.
Right,
We got to
right.
really record and mix down
Right.
these tracks.
Right.
So that aspect, yes, we're doing that. And when I'm not working with the 80s band, I'm with Selena.
Right.
And right now, because of the show on the 16th, the Selena tribute band is really taking up my time.
Right.
But it's kind of fun to go back and forth between the two bands.
Right. No,
Yeah.
it's really exciting.
fun.
And the other funny thing was that the Levittown restaurant, Escusa.
Escorza's?
Escorza's.
I live right near there. I have
Now
to
you
try.
have to go. And Renee
Now I gotta
is
go.
so nice. You must go in and say
All right,
hello to
Renee, I'm
him.
going to go down. I'm going to go see you.
Well, I also think it's funny that it's all like, all Long Island. All Long Island.
Long Island. You said it right. Long
Right.
Island.
So I have to interrupt our little conversation for a minute because I keep telling people that I'm streaming live. So I want to explain to people as well as I can, being on camera, what that means and how anyone can follow
Well,
it.
it is kind of a new concept.
Right,
so-
it is, and people, and even when I was first saying it, I really didn't know what I was saying. So I guess one of the things I wanted to tell people is, if you go to my YouTube channel, The Cooler with Rebecca Berman, there's a red button on that channel that you can hit subscribe, and when you subscribe to it, when the show is streaming, you automatically can start watching the show. I think you have to go to videos first because I think it's
Yeah,
on
and then hit
home.
subscribe.
Yeah, and then and there's a subscribe red button. So the more people I get to subscribe, the more fun it is to be able to watch the show live, and also you never know what other goodies will come out of hitting subscribe on the YouTube channel.
True.
But I was watching an old episode. Well, it wasn't an old episode. I was watching the finale of American Idol. So being a singer, I thought this is kind of like up your alley.
Yeah.
And Ryan Seacrest in the very first episodes was telling people how to vote. He was taking out his phone and saying, "This is what you do. Hit this button and that button, and then you text that." And it was just so funny. I mean, maybe it was
Tutorial.
14 years. Right. It might have been 14 years ago.
Yep.
What's your whole take on all of the singing shows, being that you're
Well,
a
I
singer?
was on American Idol.
What?
Yeah, season.
I didn't know that.
Season 2. So,
Get out of here.
listen, they're on their
Janessa, that's
16th
hysterical.
season.
Yes, I can't even believe that.
It was season 2.
Uh-huh.
And I made top 80 out of the nation.
Oh my
so
God.
Woo! Yeah, woohoo! And then, they flew all of us who made it through New York
Uh-huh.
over to Hollywood.
You made it to Hollywood. I don't even have my yellow ticket with me.
Yeah.
Wait, I have something yellow.
Yeah, so you go through a lot of like auditions. You audition before you get to the celebrity judges.
Right.
Before you, like that panel, you audition in front of like the producers of the show.
Right.
The executive producers, the assistant producers.
Oh, that must have been so crazy.
It was really nerve-wracking. I was 18.
Right, so you were like a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, I was just like, whatever, there's cameras everywhere.
So when you want, all right, so we got to back up because
Okay.
I need to hear the gossip on this because I've been watching that show for however many seasons it's been on.
When I
I'm
was
like
on
one of
it,
those
it was
people.
Paula Abdul was still on it when I was on it, and Simon, of course.
And Randy
And,
Jackson.
you know, he's very nice when the cameras are off.
He is. What was he? So how was
He's a
it
gentleman.
different?
He's very, very sweet, very kind, very cordial. But you know, that's his persona,
Right.
You know, for the show, and that's kind of what made the show what it was.
I think it is what made it what it. Yes, I agree.
Nasty Brit, just
right. So when you had to go out like in front of the judges and sing your song, had you already met them, or that's like your first meeting, just like when you watch it on TV?
Yeah, before. Okay, so the celebrity judges, no, like you walk into that room.
Yeah.
They prep you.
Okay.
You're in a holding room.
Okay.
And there's cameras in your face, like, how do you feel?
Right,
How do you
right.
feel? How do you feel? And Ryan Seacrest comes out and he's like, so, what are you gonna sing? And are you nervous? I'm like,
Right.
no, I'm not nervous at all.
Right.
And then they bring you into the room, and it's just very sterile.
Yeah.
And it's very scary because you have the three judges and the
Right.
lighting and all the stage equipment, and then they're flanked by all their personnel, their assistants, and their producers.
So everyone's like you can see.
You just don't see
everyone
them because
then.
they're off
Right.
camera.
Okay.
And then the crew.
Right. That's crazy.
And it's just, I was scared. I was like, what is going on? But, you know, I did it. I think I sang a Stevie Wonder song, and it got me through. It got me through to Hollywood.
And when you got the ticket, were you like, oh my God, I'm really like
Yeah, I was
doing
having
this.
an outer body experience.
Oh,
Like,
my God, that's it. Well, they always
cool.
show all the kids like crying as they come out of the room. And
Yeah, I think I was just shocked. Like, is this really happening?
Right.
But,
and then when you were in the Hollywood thing, did you have to break up into a group?
yeah,
with people you didn't know.
Yeah, what did they do? Well, okay.
And were you up all night?
Yeah, it was very nerve wracking because they were
Right.
just cutting people left and right.
Right.
So they broke us up into groups, and they gave you, I guess, lyrics to choose from, and you had to put a melody to the lyrics,
Right.
and you had to do it in a group of 4, assign harmonies,
Right.
and then you had to perform on stage in a group, and they would just rip into you.
Right.
It'd be like,
That's
you're
crazy.
horrible, you're great, what are you
Right.
doing? And then from there, I'd made it through a few cuts in Hollywood.
Wow.
And the group was starting to dwindle.
Uh-huh.
And then, who was in my group? Clay Aiken.
No, come on.
Yeah.
This is like the best. Are you kidding? That's
And
crazy.
he
What
won
was
that
he
year.
like?
We didn't really speak. We
Right.
didn't speak. He was you know, a little nerdy, a little dorky,
Right.
really quiet, really polite.
Right.
And they
That
had
is great.
they lined us up like shoulder to shoulder, and you just had to step out and sing 10 seconds of a
Right.
song that the writers for the show wrote.
Okay.
So you had to sing a song that they wrote.
And I don't think they do that anymore. I feel
No.
like that was an earlier on
Yeah,
thing.
it was kind of like trial and error
Yes.
back in those days.
Yes.
And I remember he was like maybe 2 people to my left, and
Right.
he stepped out and he sang, and I was like, oh, I'm going home. I was like, he was amazing. He was amazing.
That's really
He was
funny.
really good. You know, and he had like that ginger hair. I just remember his hair.
Right.
And then he went on to win.
I know, it's crazy.
I was like, wow, I remember him. You know, in those early audition
Right.
days, like, I remember his voice though catching my ear.
Right.
Like, I was like, wow, he's something special.
So this is so neat and cool, the cooler, that you were on that show. That's great.
Yeah.
Very
Long time
fun.
ago.
It wasn't long, right? I know.
I was gonna say, how long?
Wait, and speaking of a long time ago, I have a little story. You're probably, I don't know, you might think it's funny, you might think I'm ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. But my dad is in the audience today. Hi, Dad. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he doesn't. But today he came here, and I was at my parents' house recently, and they were like throwing out a bunch of stuff, and my mom had a huge like bin of clothing. So I went in the bin, and I was like, wait, I know what's in this house that I haven't seen in so long, speaking of a long time ago. So I just have to put this on because I thought it was the funniest thing that I still had it.
Look at his face.
Okay. So
Wow, it's
check
still
out,
in
wait,
pretty
you
good
can check
condition.
out the back of my jacket.
Scarsdale Twirlers. Were you a baton twirler?
I was a baton twirler
Stop.
in high school, And I put this on my Facebook page because I was like just cracking up at myself that I still had it and that it like still went on me.
So you would throw them. Did you ever hit yourself in the head?
No, but we used to have to twirl the baton, spin around, catch it. We had to practice like for hours after school every day during football season. It was like a whole squad. It was the fun. We had go-go boot, like white go-go boots with little pom-poms. But we had like a whole routine with the baton.
Oh, cute.
So I just had to,
Aww.
And the best part about this jacket is how gross the material is. You just have to.
Oh, that
right?
feels fire retardant.
I know.
I will definitely protect you in a fire.
Yeah, I'm sure that it will. So that was my like talk about a long time ago.
Cool. Memories.
Yeah, memories. Okay, funny things come out of that.
I like that.
That cool.
I like those memories.
So in any case, thank you for like sharing in my like little tidbits of stories, along with interviewing you and talking to you about your life.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
And it was really fun. It was fun to hear like how your life as a singer is, and about the Selena experience, and just the whole. It's really interesting and exciting.
Thank you.
And
exciting times right now.
So yeah, very very cool. And so if anyone wants to see you, they could see you this weekend at Westbury.
At Westbury, tickets are still available. Ticketmaster.com.
Okay.
NYCB Theater at Westbury. 8 p.m. show, April 16th. Janessa and the Selena Experience.
Very good.
Ticketmaster.com. Don't forget those
and where
tickets.
else can people find you? So like social media wise.
We are on Facebook.
Okay.
The Selena Experience. Also on Instagram at The Selena Experience. You can go to our website and check out any updates, concert schedules, the whole nine. It's selenaliveband.com.
Okay. Janessa Escobar, thank you so much for being on my show today.
This was fun.
And thank you to my sponsor, Escuza's Mexican Restaurant. Did I say that properly?
Escorza.
Oh gosh, this poor Renee, he's going to be so mad at me.
Thank God I'm here.
I know. Escorza's Mexican Restaurant.
Escuza means excuse
in
me in
Levittown.
Italian. Escuza.
Oh man, all right, one day I'm going to get the languages correct. And if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at Rebecca Berman TV, Instagram Rebecca.Berman, or Facebook Rebecca Berman TV. Mwah! Thank you for being with me today on The Cooler. Bye.